Good morning, bike packers. We're just setting out south of Vang Vieng. Vang Vieng. Okay. Here's our local tour guide. Not in school today. I don't know why. That's not his cow. So we're just gonna roll through town, see what we missed, and hopefully have a good trip south. Morning, chickens. Oh, rooster, always the tough guy, huh? Turkeys, they're mean sons of bitches. Ooh, that sounded crunchy. Actually, there's not a whole lot between the Phone guest house that I stayed at the last couple days and the main center of Vang Vieng. So we'll roll through this pretty quick. I went to a scooter repair shop, and the guy working on one of the scooters, I asked him for a flat washer to fix my bottle cage, and you know, Google Images helps a lot. So he just handed me a bucket of washers. Miscellaneous, and I found one that actually fit. Gave it to me free, no charge. And so we got that accomplished. I had a look at Google Maps to see if there's a road on the east side of the big lake that's north of Vientiane. It's actually a big hydroelectric lake, project lake. But there's farms all the way around it. But there's no road that goes all the way around it. So those little farms must be only accessed by boat. Probably. I would think so. Otherwise you're looking at 300 kilometers of unimproved roads to get them, you know, like products that they don't have there, that they don't make themselves or grow themselves. So we're going to stay on the west side of the lake, and the first destination, well, the one that I picked out anyway, is just a homestay that's like 30 kilometers away. Look at these guys now. Holy. We'll just hang back and let their dust smoke settle a little bit. Puh. This is something with flags all around it. The District Office of Natural Resources and Environment. Vang Vieng. Okay. Restaurant and karaoke bar and fresh coffee has not been in business for quite some time. Maybe another homestay? I don't know. That one looks like it was gutted by fire. It just never finished and then set on fire. I don't know. Little sundry shop, resort at the end of the road there. The Nam Kin River is right over there. So a lot of these resorts are just, you know, little motels beside the river. They don't actually have a, well, I guess they'd all have a river view, but the ones I've been down to are just kind of edged with huge, like, palm fronds and ferns and that sort of vegetation, so you can hear the river, but you can't see the river. I also made a deal with Neil, the guest house host, that I wasn't going to ride in the rain anymore, even though you know, solid logic dictates, well, you're already a sweaty mess, so what's wrong with a bit more wetness? I mean, right? So all you're doing is washing off the sweat. Well, not so. Riding in the rain also depletes the lubrication on my bicycle, and so that just requires like more maintenance. And I haven't found a bicycle shop anywhere in Laos yet, so assuming that I'd just be able to like go to the next town and say, hey, you got a chain whip to take my cassette off so we can get at the bearings and throw some grease in there? Not likely. Hey, you got a bottom bracket for a Twitter gravel G3? Not likely. So when it starts to rain, like, there's no rain forecast for today, but there will be. Come on. And so I'm just gonna seek shelter, stop riding, seek shelter, wait for it to stop, because another thing I've determined, well, I actually discovered when I was looking to apply for an e-visa for Vietnam, I found my e-visa for Laos. I did that, I got an e-visa for Laos just in case the visa on arrival thing didn't work out at that next border crossing from Thailand into Laos. And so they sent the e-visa PDF a few days after I'd been in Laos, and I didn't really look at it because I thought, well, I got this piece of paper given to me by the border guard, so we're good. Just keep this in my back pocket, so I don't think we'll really need it. So anyway, I gave that a look over last night, and it turns out they gave me 60 days in Laos, so I'm taking all 60 days. I mean, no question. And when I finally wind up in Vientiane, the capital city, there's also a Vietnam embassy there. So I'm going to just go in there and fill out the paperwork instead of doing it online. Pay the money instead of doing that online. And get a 3-month visa. Yeah, 90 days in Vietnam. So it'll be a lot easier to do the Ho Chi Minh Highway or Ho Chi Minh Road from like northwest of Hanoi down southwest of Ho Chi Minh City, which is 2,700 kilometers. And to do that in 30 days, that would have been like a race, you know? Destroy the body, destroy the bike, just get to the next checkpoint. Well, we're not doing that. We're just gonna take it cool like I'm gonna do for the next 30 days in Laos. Just explore around, stay out of the rain. Meet lots of locals. And just, you know, it's an adventure. Treat it as such, and not so much a vacation itinerary. Neil laid out a nice continental breakfast this morning. That's part of the 200,000 kip per night guest house rate. Half a dragon fruit, 3 almond covered muffins, and 3 Vietnamese pastries that he told me the name of and I've forgotten already. And a cup of powdered coffee. So yeah, here's our crossroads right here. We're gonna stay on 13. Going to the right is an expressway, and 2-wheeled vehicles are not allowed on the expressway. You need 4 wheels and a motor. Which could mean that there's no shoulder on this highway, where, you know, like fast-moving traffic could pass a guy like this, for example. I mean, I could pass a guy like this, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna duck into the shade and pause the video for a while. In a previous video, I may have suggested that I hadn't seen any 7-Elevens in Laos. And then as I'm leaving Vang Vieng, I just decided to do a little tour through the resort area along the river. And just up and down one street after another, and then like, oh, there's the intersection to the Lao Chinese Expressway that goes south to Vientiane. But two-wheeled vehicles aren't allowed on it. So anyway, I come up Highway 13, which is going to be my route to the north end of the big reservoir. But anyway, I see this sign about a kilometer back. It said 7-Eleven right up the road. I couldn't believe it. But here I am standing in front of the 7-Eleven. They got the ice machine. They got the Red Bull. And they got those little vitamin gels. Yeah. So, just based on that, I'm thinking I might spend another week just to have a 7-Eleven right there. At the Cafe Amazon. Pork on a stick. Looks like might be a Dairy Queen over there or something. But yeah, it's got it all. So we're going to hit Highway 13 and go to the next fork in the road and see what's there. Okay, we're just going to roll through Tahua, maybe Hoya village. It's at the north end of the big reservoir north of Vientiane. And I've decided, instead of going like directly to Vientiane from Vang Vieng, we're going to go west till we hit the Mekong River, then follow a road similar to this one here down to Vientiane. And I'm sure there's a few homestays along the way. If not, we'll double back to this one around 3 o'clock if we don't find one by then. Sabadi. Same theme, different designs. These are the speedboats you see a lot on the rivers. They basically got a propeller on the end of one of those gas-powered weed whackers, and they just go like snot. An ATM, huh? Think of that. And this is like some sort of bypass route. Not sure why you'd want to bypass this village though. This is basically the supermarket for locals and tourists too. You see, I saw that at the crossroads before the the split to the expressway, the Lao China Expressway. That's a cool little restaurant. Scooters and such. And we're pretty much at the north end of that that reservoir, and we're going to stay on the west side of it because I couldn't find a road or a connection of pathways that went around the east side of it. You know, without going 60 or 70 kilometers up into the mountains. That may or may not have a connecting road going south. So by all accounts, it looked like it was going to be a double back situation. Get to the furthest temple and then turn around and come back on the same road. Oh, the local pool hall. Where all the bad kids hang out. Hey, buddy. No, I'm being pursued. See you later, guys. You know, if I was traveling by car, I'm pretty sure I'd be loaded down with, I'd be sagging on the springs anyway, overloaded with souvenirs and knickknacks, because there's some pretty cool stuff. That's how you dry fish in the sun, right there. Well, that's how they dry grain too. Sabadi. You know, maybe that wasn't the Tahui village, maybe it was like the district, because it seems like this is like the third separate village we've gone through since started shooting this video, this clip. Chartreuse? Sure. Those are water buffalo. Lounging in the shade. Yeah, this is the big hydroelectric reservoir. It's huge. It goes like 40 kilometers or something north-south, and probably 15 kilometers east-west. Hello. This looks like a good place to rest. And we'll pick it up later on.